beautiful day to you. Thank you for joining us on Flux360. I am super excited to be here. You know, every time when I get to sit down here and speak to beautiful people about different things, I get to be excited and happy. Why? Because it's a time to exchange ideas, to know more, to gain more knowledge, more insights, and of course, get to know what people think about different topics. My name is Evelyn Ohiole, and this is Flux360 on Flux ITV. Before I say any other thing, I just want you to appeal to you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Help us grow our audience. You never can tell who can see this video, watch this video, and get to be a better version of themselves. It is March. Yes, and we know what March is. It is a month dedicated for women. March 8th, we celebrated the International Women's Day, I beg your pardon, International Women's Day, and that is on the 8th of March. We do that every year. Of course, there are arguments that women get a lot of days. You know, we have Women's Day, Mother's Day, Girl Child Day, International Day to celebrate women in science, International Day to celebrate women in art, a lot of days. This argument is most especially from the male folks. But then, now God they run now. Now God make can be so. No be yours. It's not easy to be a woman. So this is me celebrating all women out there for what you do. You're doing an amazing job being a mother, a wife, a career woman, whatever it is you're doing. I tell you, you are doing an amazing job, and I applaud you today. All right, we have guests on the show as usual, and these are people that are here to talk about a very, very interesting topic. It's a topic that over the years it tends to generate controversies, arguments, debates, and sometimes some buzzwords here and there, and that is gender equality. We'll try to see whether there should be a thing called gender equality and the different sides to it. So please let me introduce my guest. Of course, here by my immediate right, let me introduce the man first. I know they say it's women first, but today I want to flip the script so they know that I appreciate them. Amos Adejusubisi is here.
Yeah.
Why did you first clear your throat?
What? You made it sound like if you're doing a favor. So
you see, these are the issues.
No, come on. No, now you won't say ladies first is fine. We don't fight.
Now I said men first. You're saying I'm trying to do you a favor.
Take it.
See, let me clear the air.
I just let it be. It's fine. It's fine. Right on.
See, this is what it is. Yeah, when a woman celebrates a man or honors a man in an unusual way, they believe that it's because maybe you want to get something from them. There's an ulterior motive.
Is it a lie?
No, calm down. About me today, I just say let me appreciate our men because they are trying.
I love that part today. No, the error was that you didn't announce that today you are different. If you had mentioned it earlier that today you want to be fair,
let me go back to my script. Let me introduce female first.
If you had mentioned it earlier, you've given me prior notice that today we don't have ulterior motive today. I would have accepted it, but then I didn't get the notice.
I think
so it's
men
fine.
like surprises now. So surprise.
No, come on, don't do this kind of surprise. Surprise can call only for Billy.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
It's nice to have you on the show.
Same here.
And I'm sure we're going to have an interesting conversation today.
Yeah, I believe so.
And by side, we have the beautiful lady here. And as you can see, they say black is beautiful. Yeah. Caramel. How do they sing that song? How do they sing that song?
I don't know.
There's a song for...
You think you don't know. I mean, you don't want to. Anyway, black is beautiful now, yeah.
Anyway, now,
okay, so Aisha is here, but I need your first name. And that's...
Olabisi Aisha Omolara.
Why are you 3 female names?
No, Olabisi is my surname.
Okay, so you're Aisha Omolara Olabisi.
Olabisi Aisha.
But Olabisi is your father's name?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Aisha is the first
name. Is the first name.
Omolara is the
last name.
Okay. I like to always call first name first.
Okay.
Because it represents you.
Okay.
So Omolara,
Aisha.
Aisha
Omolara
Omolara
Olabisi.
Okay. So how you doing?
I'm doing
Aisha?
very well. I'm happy to be here.
I can see that, and I'm sure you're ready for the conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so like I said earlier, we're talking about gender equality. Everybody loves to support gender equality. We are excited to say, "Oh, I stand with women. I stand for women's rights. There should be gender equality in our society. Women deserve the space, and all of that." But when we start to have the conversation about real gender equality, then we will see that there is more to it, and it tends to bring up quite a number of controversies and arguments and debates, and we'll see if that will happen here today. So I'm going to start with Omalara today with my question. Do you think there should be a thing called gender equality?
Yes, I think. Yes, I mean that's a very good thing. I just don't know if Nigeria can achieve that. Based on Nigeria is a more like culture traditional country whereby people put tradition and culture to things. So, and I think men, when we are talking about tradition and culture, it apply more to men, because that is where anything you are doing, they will tell you that as a man you do it like this because you are a man. Traditional alone, culture alone puts men in power. Like as a man you should be the leader, as a man you should do this. And as for women, they will still tell you from culture and tradition, like you are a woman, you should not be doing this. You are a woman, you should not be doing that. So I don't think Nigerian can achieve that. And that is why we are here today, because it's not, the balance is not balancing.
It's not balancing.
It's not balancing.
Okay, so Amos, what do you think? Do you think we can achieve gender equality?
Well, the first thing we should take from here is, when we talk about gender equality, what are we referring to?
We're talking about equal opportunities for men and women.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, because what I see in the world today, what many people define as gender equality in itself is firstly gender bias. Yeah. Right. It's, or let me say, gender preference.
Okay.
Yeah. So when most women talk about gender equality, what they are asking for is a preference because they are a woman. Right? Now, if that is gender equality, then for one, somebody like myself will fight against it. Right? It's not. It doesn't make sense. But then if we're talking about, gender equity, to say, this is a woman, we understand this as a woman, right? We understand our strengths, we understand, quote unquote, our weaknesses, right? And then we want to, bring our fairness, right, and equity based on that, then we can look at it. Okay. Then we can talk about it. But then when in a situation where it's as though gender equality, we are co-equal, we want co-opportunity, right? We want to do the same thing, we want to do, come on, those are not possible.
So you don't think a woman and a man is equal?
Now, when you use the word equal, you have to go further in asking, in equal in what terms, right? See, this is my general philosophy. If you followed me, this is what I ask, this is what I say, right? We are not the same. So when you use the word equal, you're saying they are the same. Right? They're not the same. That's the first thing we must understand. A woman and a man are not the same. So now when you bring in equality into it, you now start to talk about hierarchy. Right? And I know it's difficult to have this conversation without the hierarchy argument. Now, when it comes to hierarchy, I do not subscribe to hierarchy. As a matter of fact, one of my own personal life philosophy is that there's not really as it were about an hierarchy. There's just order.
Okay.
Right? I start, usually when I do this analogy, especially when it comes to husband and wife kind of thing, now I use the head and the heart as an analogy, right? To say the head, right, and the heart, which is more important. Are they the same? No. Are they equal? No. right? Now, I ask which is more important. A lot of people give answers based on their preferences, right? The head is more important, the heart is more important. Okay, fine. Then, all right, take off one and leave one. Then it's becoming impossible, right? So, if you want to talk about hierarchy, which one is more important? All right, so it means if this is more important, then you can actually for a while do without this. So, the moment you bring in an hierarchy to say, oh, this is the boss, this is this, you're saying, okay, this one is more important than this. Without this, you can still do this. So tell me, which is it you can do without?
Okay, so I believe you're coming from the angle of marriage.
No, I'm just saying. I
But
just use that as
when you look at a man and a woman,
a man and a woman,
are they
right?
equal?
A man and a woman, they are not equal.
How?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, if
Now,
they are not equal.
So because that's why I'm using the word. When you say equal, I'm saying again, do you mean they are the same? No two persons are equal. Naturally, is a natural order. No two persons are equal. They are different entity. They are different.
I think you're mixing
so
it
your
up.
equality, your equality now based
Yeah.
on what? What do you want to say? Equality. So that's why I always ask when you say okay, equal in what sense?
Do you think a man is more human than the woman?
No.
So do you believe that
Okay.
if a man stands like this and
Mhm.
a woman stands like this,
Mhm.
you cannot say this person is more than this, and you don't know their pedigree.
Yeah.
You don't know whether this one is rich, this one is poor, or if this one stands like this
Mhm.
and a woman stands like this.
Mhm.
Can you say, oh, because this person is a man,
Mhm.
so is more than the woman?
No. Actually, for me, if you ask me, right, depending on the woman, actually, I'm a man. Now, this is depending on the woman.
That's what you don't know the woman. You're
I'm
just seeing a natural man
you are
and
saying
a
just
natural
seeing.
woman.
Now you are saying just seeing. You're
Yes.
saying just seeing. You're
Yes.
saying just seeing.
Yes.
As a man, when I see.
Why does it depend on the woman?
No.
not the
When
man?
I see,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that
Okay.
you know there are some women you will see, you will see, and then honor comes upon you. When you say, I'm a man now.
Are you talking about beauty?
Normal now. So at times you will
These are the
say,
issues.
as a man, normal, I will see a woman. I don't know the two of them. My affinity draws naturally to the woman, especially when what are we saying? Do you understand? That is the natural order. Is the natural order. So
You're taking us to where we don't know.
I don't know where you want to go there. I don't know where you want to. I don't know where you want to go. But then you're asking me.
Wait, you mentioned that men and women are not equal, right? That if
They are
you
not
see-
the same.
They are not the same.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. But why do men demand what they are doing? Why do they demand that women should do the same thing? But if you're talking about it, they believe
Men
that
don't. This is it. These
Okay.
people are getting wrong. Men don't demand
have
from
a
a
lot of
woman to do.
demands than women.
No. Men don't demand from a woman to do what a man does.
Okay.
Right? It is women that are arguing to say what a man can do, a woman too can do better.
No.
Now that was in fact that phrase. I don't know who. I don't. Let me not use foul
Okay,
words,
so-
right?
No.
Right?
When it comes
But
to
then
that,
it's a woman defense argument, right? Now it's women coming to fighting to say they want to enter as it were, right? The man's word, right? On a rare occasion,
Women
would
are
you
not
see
trying to
a
enter
man
the
wanting
word.
to be a woman? On a very rare occasion.
No,
Right?
that was
On a
then.
very
We
rare
have a lot
occasion,
of
would you
men that
see a
want to
man
be-
wanting to be a woman?
Yeah,
And when you see a man wanting to be a woman,
hold on,
there's a
Mola,
clause
let
to
him finish his
it.
thoughts.
There's a clause to it. When you see a man wanting to be a woman, right? It's actually just because of one thing, strictly because of the preference that the world now gives to a woman, strictly because she's a woman, or probably because of her body, right? So when you see a man wanting to be a woman, the only basis for that is because they are trying to get that preference and they are trying to get that advantage. And natural order, right? That's a weak man, right? That's a very, very weak man, right? A man, on a rare occasion, would you see a man saying, I want to be, why? But then you see women not wanting to be women, right? Wanting to be men in the name of equality, right? So those are the arguments I feel they are vague.
Do you think it's because a woman that maybe behaves like, because we usually have tomboys.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yes,
All right.
from a very young age. Even though as time progresses, some of them, move out of that, grow out of it. Let me just use that, grow out of it. Do you think it's because they want to be men, or because naturally they believe there are some things they can do, and it's not like them wanting to be men, but they
Yeah.
just feel like sometimes I'm drawn towards these things
Now,
that
okay.
is believed
Now,
to be men
On
things.
tomboy, right? Thank God,
So
okay.
because those things are believed to be men things, those girls try to fit in themselves. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
To become to behave like men.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
those things have been termed men things.
Okay.
For instance, a girl that grew up maybe is drawn towards electrical stuff, can fix anything electricals.
Okay.
And you hear parents like, láì ṣọkùnrin.
Yeah.
Láì
Okay.
ṣọkùnrin. A girl that naturally, is drawn to maybe cars. And ọkùnrin la mọ̀ tó bá, it is only a man we know,
Yeah.
or it is only a boy we know that. Why is your own like this?
Mm.
And because of that, the girl now wants to fit into that role of, okay, let me become a boy. Maybe if they see me
As a
boy, they will know that I can do this thing.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that I want you to explain to me what a world, a man's world is and a woman's world is before I move to Omolara.
When you're coming subtly into maybe gender roles, and now I want to start from this to say tomboys that you mentioned, right? I had stayed in the barrack. I grew up I was born in the north, and then so I understand some of those things with tomboys, and from what I know, most of these tomboys are majorly because they grew up among boys.
Okay.
Most of the times, right? Girls that grew up in the barrack, they have to be rugged, right?
Okay.
They were always rugged. So that comes to a place of because you raised a salient point, which I am struggling to find a balance between, because they are two different things. I don't want to mix them up.
Okay.
Now, when you talk about the place of the culture, place of parents saying, "Oh, this is a man thing, and this is a woman thing," right? Because same thing. Thank God I was raised by a good mother, right? As a man, I was the one that teach my younger ones
How to cook. Yeah, that's another point.
Do you understand? I was the one, not me.
Okay.
Right? I was the one that taught my younger one, my immediate younger sister, how to turn amala. Right? Our first meal that she knew how to cook was rice and all that. I was the one that taught her how to turn amala. All of that, the two of them, right? So now, that's why I'm trying to, be careful in mixing it up, because yes, when we talk about gender roles, talk about the female world, the men's world, as it were. For me, I will be frank with you. Let me say this, is that I believe that there should be. Yes. I believe that there should be. See, when you want to raise a king, there's a nurture for a king.
Okay.
There's a nurture for a queen.
Okay.
Based on their roles. Now, for me, if you ask me sincerely, that's why I'm trying to balance it, right? I don't want to jump into that word of, okay, because we're trying to talk about fairness now. We're going to talk about roles. Right? And so I don't want to turn this into a sermon. Right? Now, I believe personally that there should be gender-based roles.
Okay.
I believe also that because our frame are different. Right? That's where I started from. There's a difference between a man and a woman. Our frames are different. Right? Our frames are different. And there's no way we want to argue it out. There's no way we want to argue it away. That a woman and a man are not the same.
Okay, let I'll get your thoughts there.
Okay.
I understand you keep saying not the same,
Right.
but the word that is on the table now is equal.
Okay.
And you keep shying away from that word.
Now, because why am I shying away from that word?
We know that we are not the same, because you don't have breasts now.
God bless you.
You don't have. I don't have what is in between your legs now.
So why should I bring you? Why should I bring you to a tax that might affect your breasts?
Okay.
Do you understand now? Why should I bring you to a task, right? Now, our strengths differs, right? Now, there are, apart from the normal thing, except maybe a woman that has gone through rigorous training and discipline and all of that, right? There are some tasks that every weightlifting task, some other tasks that are very rigorous and all of that, could easily, right, be something a man can adapt to. for a woman to do the same, we have to go an extra
You
mile,
have to stretch yourself.
right? Stretch yourself. Now, for me, why go outside of your frame? That's me, right?
Okay.
Now, you want to be treated fairly. This is what me I believe. Let a woman be a woman. Now, and that should not be seen as a disadvantage. Let a man be a man, and that should not be seen as a strength. So if you ask me, when you talk about this gender equality, the conversation we should be having is, right, how can we allow a woman to be a woman, right? And she loves being a woman.
Okay. All right.
And she enjoys it. And a man, all right, being a man, and he enjoys it, right? How can we allow a child being a child, right? And we don't raise adult children.
Everybody should be.
Everybody should fit into their space. Now, fine. When we now have outliers, right? Now, which is why I was struggling with mixing up what you were asking. Yes, there are situations where we have outliers, like the tomboy case you raised. Yeah, there are some girls, right? Naturally growing up, probably they have that genetic strength, right? I have met some of them that they can beat 10 guys at a time while still kids, right? Fine. Allow them to live. Allow them to explore their strengths. Allow them to explore who they are.
Okay.
Let us be human, right? Yeah. Now, you don't have to fit them into the frame. That's where now the place of the society now comes in. That's where we now need to educate the parents, right? Because all of this conversation, right, we're still going to go back again to where it starts from. First, the parent, right? First, because what you're trying to do is a reorientation of the community, right? And when we're doing this, we should do it the right way. Okay. Not necessarily argue a man must be a woman. No. Not for me.
All right, I'd like to move to Omolara here. Do you believe that women are still disadvantaged in the society today? I mean, with all the in this modern times and the fact that we have social media, we have people coming out to talk and people, being vocal about their rights. Do you think women are still being disadvantaged? And if yes, in what areas?
I think, I don't think women still have some disadvantage. It's only if they, sometimes as a woman, you face a lot of things when you work with men. When you work with some men, not all men, because I've seen a lot of cases whereby people show online and be like, they work with the boss and they will tell them that if you don't do this, you won't get your job and all of that. I think that issue is a lot, and I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. So that alone, it's a lot.
You mean sexual harassment in the workplace?
Yes, it's happened a lot to men.
And you believe that men don't face sexual harassment?
Men do.
In workplace?
Men do, but men don't speak out before. But I'm happy that men speak up now, because before, men see that as something like energy. They use that to boost their energy. You are
the one that have
before
put us,
that men will not
you
come out.
make it shameful for men to speak on sexual harassment.
Some years back, men will not come out and be like, I was sexual. No, instead of them to
take pride in it.
They take pride in it, like
because I've seen a situation where
if a woman come out and they'll be like, I'm so. Some people know, and one thing about men is they know the truth. But the fact that they don't want it to be general thing, that they be like, well, if I come out and be like, Mr. Labaja do this, that means they will think I do the same thing. So that alone don't make men to come out and be like, okay, we know that this person support women when things happen. But they be like, if I support this person, people will think that maybe I'm also the same thing, which is not the same for women.
Okay.
Yes, because women will come out, whether you've been through sexual harassment or not, you come out, you support the person if the person come. But from men, you not see men will not come out that this thing happened, and it's because they believe that if I come out and be like, okay, they be like, I know this person, and maybe I'm the same thing. And if instead of them to now support the men coming out, some will still not support the men. They just be like, you are a man. So because they believe that you are a man. See, sometimes I used to tell men, if you want to cry. Don't let that word, you are a man, you can't just, you are a man.
Suicide.
You will die. Yeah. So you are a man, you don't have to do this. You are a man. That is why women will see them that, okay, since you don't want to, then nobody will force you. You are a man. I've killed a lot of men.
And I think I like that, and I think it's both ways. Society just has a way to define people based on their genders, because
Yeah.
you hear a woman too, especially maybe a woman going through stuff in her marriage, and they say, see, you are a woman, you have to endure.
Yes.
Women, we are built to endure. So
Endure, yes.
endure.
No.
Your mother will tell you, I endured in your father's house. You to endure. Do you understand?
And
It's
I
the
think
same
that's
for
the
men
thing
too.
about our parents. Sometimes they think because they have the ability to go through that,
Okay.
so their children should manage.
It's not even as if
and
they
go
had the
through
ability
same
to
thing.
go through it.
So they'll be like,
Many of them cry
even-
through it,
yes, they
actually.
cry through it, but they believe you should do the same thing. That is the I don't know how to call it, but because they'll be like, even your father, I've been through this with him and seen I'm enjoying it. Because you're able to do that doesn't
mean I have
doesn't
the
mean that
same.
everybody have strength to do that. Some people died because they want to endure. A lot of men out there, because they want to endure because of children. I mean, they lose their life along the line.
Okay.
So we should, if you cannot take it, you don't take it. Don't implement things, because things are working. You have not faced any harassment before, nothing. Don't think the other person is lying about it, and don't lie that someone do something for you.
All right. So let me move over to Amos. Do you think equal gender equality should mean equal responsibility, like paying of the bills at home, proposing marriage, what else again, financial leadership? You know, there are people that say it's not a bad thing if a woman asks a man and says, can you marry me? Or ask a man and say, can you be my boyfriend? I like you. I like the way you are. Just like a man would walk up to a lady and say, see, I like you. Can we have something together? Because especially here in this part of the world, culture still believes that as a woman, you should be chaste. You are not supposed to be the one to initiate any romantic relationship.
Now, this is it. Like, I have a lot of mentees that I tell them, see, shoot your shot.
So you believe a woman should be able to approach a man and say, I like you?
Yes.
Does that not make her cheap?
Now, you going back to that now is reversing what we're trying to correct. Right? Now, this is a word where, when we come to first acknowledge that, see, it's a liberal word. We are both human. Right? We're both human. And it's a mutual relationship. Right? It's a mutual relationship. Now, the fact that you asked a man out does not mean you should take yourself to be less. It's first, see, anybody you're relating with, you are treated the way you carry yourself. Do you understand that? If you shoot your shot to a man and you do that from a point of pity, sympathy, my dear, they will harass you, they will molest you. Same thing with a man. If I ask a woman out and I'm doing it more like appealing, please marry me. You are doing me a favor. Omo, you will chase. That's how you see some guys, they will continue to spend, buy gifts, do everything and do for that woman. And the woman will be like, you're wasting your time. It's the same. It's the same. Nothing is big deal there.
So for you, woman can chase.
Woman can, right? You see, I like this guy. I like him. Right?
I
now,
don't believe the guy will see her. Or later on, the guy can say, "Oh, it's not as if I even asked you out. It was you that approached
that has
me."
to do with this is how I look at it now. When I say woman, because this is the world we are in, right? I think we said something earlier when we were having a gist. We said, "See, know your type, right? You know the word you are coming from. You know your own philosophy, right? You wouldn't go to meet someone who is far left, radical from your philosophy, right? So." Same way for a guy, you don't just go and walk up to somebody and just tell them, oh, I like you. There's a lot of prepping that you would do, a lot of groundwork you would have to do about the way this guy thinks. Is this somebody that grows? Is somebody that reasons well? Right? Now, is this somebody that has the right philosophy? Does his principle aligns with mine? Right? So the way you approach it also matters.
Okay.
Matters. No, there are sometimes I tell, okay, let me give a very practical example. Right? There's one of my girls that this guy they were together, right? They're together, used to, they were in school, from class to church, then to home. The lady will cook, the guy will eat, more or less. So once in a while, the guy has money, he just drop money, okay, cook something for us. Oh, and I come cook. Say, come, when did you become cook? As in, I don't understand. Say, I like the guy. I don't want to. Auntie, he will bring wedding ivy for you.
Of course.
Right? Now, let's say, I don't want to. If I propose to be like, okay, fine, don't worry. There's roots in the Bible too now. It's not a crime now. But then, okay, we apply wisdom. This is it. Now, first thing first, when Essay comes, don't let him enter into your room again. Welcome him outside.
Okay.
So, I was the first night, okay. So, next time he came around, I said, okay. I wants to go, no. It's a woman's room. Close the door. One thing, at the end of the day, before you know it, the guy starts feeling some walls. Now, if he's interested in you,
He will chase.
he would begin to chase. Now, because he already see you, he has not even thought of chasing you. You've been in the so-called friendship that he is so acquainted with it, he has not seen the need to come out and pop up the question, right? So that is one situation. So at the end of the day, once they were okay, I want to eat. Sorry, I didn't cook today. We only cooked for the two of us. Sheko Sonjani, do I give him? No, I'm not your wife now. Those subtle statements. I'm not your girlfriend now. Let him know there's boundary.
Okay.
Right? So now, if he's serious, right, he might pop the question. Now, there are also some guys that normal, you like the guy you do. The guy is shy. Help the guy out. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. Help
So
the
you
guy
people can
out.
be shy.
No, there are some guys that are.
No, you people can be shy.
No, there are guys that
There are some guys that.
No,
you
there are,
people can be
no, actually, yes. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the guys will be like, no, normal. There are some guys that you be looking at.
The
If
fear
I
of
ask,
no.
if I ask her now,
The fear of no.
I will lose her,
Yeah.
right? And I enjoy what we have.
Yeah.
So you should be able to read the room, right? So that's one. And see, me, I'm a liberal person. No crime. You ask the guy out, he say no. Doesn't you should not feel little about yourself. See, forget whatever anybody is going to. Nobody can project an opinion on you that you've not first projected on yourself.
Okay. All right.
That's fact. You can't tell me what I am not.
Okay.
I will be the one to tell you what I am. I am very intentional about that. And that is how I see every woman should be.
All right.
Right? Now, the society will not always build itself. The society we have today is what we build. Is what we were intentional about creating.
What we allowed.
Do you understand? It's what we allowed. God bless you. It's what we make happen. Right? It's what we make happen. We can always change that. I build my community. I build my society. I build my network. I build people that follow me. I build people that work with me. Right? You don't align with my philosophy, don't worry, you will soon disappear. Do you understand? It's what we allow.
Okay.
Do you get? So, it's, for me, it's not first the society. It's first us.
All right. So I want
Yeah.
to move to Omolara. I don't want to say, do you align with what Amos said? I don't want to ask straight. I know you believe in gender equality and all. Do you believe for women and men, they should share 50-50 when it comes to paying bills? Wait, now gender equality no follow that one.
Okay. So gender equality no follow.
You know why you no follow it?
Why you no
See,
follow?
no matter if you want to do gender, that's something that men cannot do.
No, I can allow you. Don't worry. If I can allow you to pay, I can allow you to pay bills. If it's that one.
It's not about paying bills alone.
Okay.
See, when you share this thing, there's some men that if you ask them to do it, that is where the problem. It's not that they will not do it, but the fact that you ask them to do it, that is where the problem comes. Okay, when we are we are doing 50-50. Now it is time for us to have a baby. Is the man going to carry the child? No. Do you know that if you stop your life for 2-3 months because you're carrying a baby, that alone, we have a lot of women that they are doing very well before they got married.
Why
but because they want to, because I mean they want to have a baby, they stop what they are doing. Some move to another state and after some years,
they were able to get themselves back.
Together. So imagine stopping and someone is asking you to do me. I will not do 50-50 with any man.
So it's not that 100 0 you must.
No. It's not as if I'm not going to help my man. No, I'm not wicked. I mean, you're my man. I mean, if I have something you don't have, I should be able to help out. Yeah. Why are we together?
Okay.
Thank you.
But demanding that I must bring this and you must 50-50, me, I will not do that. But if I have the ability, I have what you don't have, I will help out.
So
I can't have.
Let me paint another scenario, Walara. Yeah, you go on a date with your guy, or maybe your guy, and it's demanding that you pay 50% from what you guys ate. is it something you can do based on, equality?
Well, it's something I can do.
Alright.
Yes, I think I've done it before. I paid for because I have to get my things before he arrived at the spot. So I mean, I have to pay it. I can't wait for him. And when he asks, "Have you paid?" My day, I've paid. So that is not a lot for me to do.
That was from you. I'm talking about, okay, you guys, this guy took you out and is demanding that you pay 50% of
before you ask me, okay, babe, let's go out. We should know what we are doing. You can't embarrass me. And me, as a person, as long as you're not my boyfriend yet, we are still doing talking stage, you are going on a date for the first time.
Okay.
I have that. Everything I'm eating at that spot, I have the money.
Okay.
So if you insist that we should do 50-50, we'll do. Then we have a conversation around it. Like, is this how you do? Or you are doing this because you are just knowing me for the first time, or we are going
If
out for
that's
the
how
first
you
time.
do, come.
If it's 50-50 person, I'm not doing it.
Safo 40.
Of course.
No.
Why am I doing 50-50
So,
what?
Wait,
we need to wrap up this conversation. So I need to quickly ask my questions.
Okay.
Amos, what's your take on feminism?
Feminism.
Yeah.
My issue
Because
with
men believe that
my issue
feminism
with-
is the weapon fashioned against men in
Well,
these modern times.
you see, one thing is, men like me, alpha males like me, are not threatened by anything,
Oh shit.
right? Yeah, we're not threatened.
Yeah.
Now, you see, when you are you, you're confident in you. Forget any philosophy out there. You build your word. Right? That's it. Now, but let me just comment about the outside world, right?
Okay.
Then I will now talk about my own world, right? What I build. I say this feminism thing, most women in Nigeria are not ready for what feminism is all about, right? This, because usually I always even ask, when you talk about feminism, define what you mean by feminism, right? Because what you are shouting when you talk about feminism is women supporting women, and you see, I think I saw a funny clip about a lady that posted, and she was posting, men are scum. Any man that you see, don't allow them to deceive you. Don't marry any man. Don't kini kon and all of that. And where she was, where she was posting that, she was on the way to the altar. Right? Now, you see, when we finish deceiving ourselves, we come back to reality.
Yeah.
And the deception that we give to ourselves is, we just use a lot of things as cover. What exactly do you want? Do you want to be pampered? Tell us.
Do you want a dogo treatment?
Do you understand? Do you want a dogo treatment? Tell us. You want to work? Tell us.
So you don't believe that a woman can want to work and still want to be pampered?
Yeah. Okay, fine. I think this movie by them, is it Bam Bam and
Omoni Oboli, yeah,
whatever,
the
the good thing. Now, you see that movie, gave a lot of, I think feminists wouldn't like that movie.
Why?
Right? Now, because Odogo took care of her, yeah, she did her thing, but then the man is still the man. Right? And that man is more of, though there are so many things that are not real in that movie, there's just giving all these, what's it called now? Cinderella.
What is not real in that movie?
Cinderella and
What
the
do
whole
you
thing.
think is not real
You see,
in that movie?
yeah, real world. Let's come to the
What do you?
Talk
Now.
Let's
Let
go
him
to
talk. Let him talk.
Let's come to
what
the
is
real.
not real
Let's
in
go
that
to the
movie?
real world.
Yeah.
Let's go to the real world. Right now, you see, those you cannot want to be, as it were, pampered. You see, life is give and take. When it comes to relationship, and whether we like it or not, the whole world is built on relationship. Whether in the workplace, whatever it is, there must be sacrifices you're ready to make. You must be ready to give, to get. You must be ready to let go of some things that you hold on to, right? For you to get something. Now, when you talk about a whole feminism kind of thing, you want to relate with men and you don't want to understand that this is a man and he has something about him. Naturally, by the build of men, right? Men are egoistic in nature.
Okay.
Right? Men are natural leaders.
Okay.
Right? Now, when you want to relate with a man, there are so many qualities about that you must take cognizance of. Now, And I don't want to be generic about it, but then this is just the rule of thumb. Whoever you're dealing with, know them, understand them. This is relationship, right? Meet them at their point. If he's essential for you to relate with him, if he's not essential, then leave him. Let him be.
Okay.
But then when you're in a workplace and you know this is essential, understand everybody's temperament. It's emotional intelligence, right? And deal with them according to, their person, right? And there's always going to be a line of balance. Okay, so but when you shout about feminism, men, women opportunity, men opportunity, this or that, come, bring your quality to the table. Okay, let me cite an example I wanted to give earlier. I've forgotten his name, but if I get it correctly, is it Douglas? Right? He plays for, is it West Ham? His wife also play for another club in Italy. Okay. Right? So she was complaining. And then the guy collects, earns about, is it $250,000 per week? She earns about, is it less than $10,000? And she came out and she was making a complaint saying, we both play football, we both do the same thing, both do this. Now he's earning more than 10x whatever I'm earning because he's a man. I said, calm down. Let's be real. Now, yes, you play football, but for your team, what is the revenue that you bring in?
But do you think that's a fault or the fact that people naturally don't watch female football?
Now, see, first thing is not always going to be by, I'm not going to first start by saying who is at fault. This is business. What do you make? Where do you expect the revenue that you'll be paid on should come from? So let's be realistic. It's not everything that you must bring to the point of saying it's because I'm a woman. No. Fine. If it's because of a woman, are there no women that watch men football?
So are you saying she should have advocated for people to
watch
female football more?
To watch female football so that they get to earn more. Not come and attack to say, employer to say they are paying that guy because it's not because he's a guy, it's because he brings in the bag. All right, see, same thing. American Football Association had the same issue. The female football team were clamoring to say the men are earning more than them. Now, I think right now, America football team, I think they're almost on the same salary scale or so. But then, for me, that's not fair.
Why?
The guy brings in, as it were, right? Makes more money. Okay? So, why should I be earning you 50 million, right? And you're paying me 10% of that. And somebody else is earning you 500,000. And you want to pay her from my own earnings simply because she's a woman, right? So, you're paying me 10% of 50 million is 5 million, right? So, what should be fair is she's bringing 500K. And I pay her 10%, that's 50K. Why should there be complaint? But now because you want to balance it, now you're not saying, okay, she should also collect 5 million. From which money? From my own earnings. Do you understand? So if you want to have this conversation, let's have practical conversation. Not the emotional one. Not, let's be real. How much? So when we talk about skill also, you were asking something subtle earlier. Maybe I'll leave that to you. Right? In a workplace, 10 people comes for interview.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the rule, quote unquote, I think was it Rwanda that did something like that. They want to just have 60% females in their cabinet because they were looking for UN money. Abi? They were looking for UN money. It became a rule of thumb that automatically they must have 60% in their cabinet. Why?
So you think that the women they have in their cabinet are not qualified enough?
I'm not saying they are not qualified. I'm saying they are more qualified people. But they choose some of those women because they were women.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's obvious. These are not. Are you saying? See, this is my advocate. You
are trying to belittle women.
I'm not belittling women.
Saying that.
I'm saying this is what happened.
If they have allocated 60% for women,
why should there be an allocation?
I am sure that we have
more
qualified women that can fill in those spaces.
See, this is my thing. Don't allocate any resources. Say this is for women. This is for men. Allocate it to the most competent.
That's because. Hold on, yeah.
Okay, good.
That's because sometimes most employers, they think from a perspective of, oh, this person is a woman. They first ask, okay, she's a woman, fine. She'll start having all this, every month she wants to take a break because she has a flu and she has stomach cramps and she wants to stay at home. There was a time they were pushing for a bill for women to have a day a month to help them to help
No,
them with their
you
phone.
people should
Hold
just
on.
how many days do you have in a year?
Hold
How
on.
many days do you have in a year?
Because
Now
you,
this is
you
one.
because you,
IWD
do you,
is
do you, do you
one.
menstruate?
Before you know it now.
Do you
have-
menstruate? Do you
have
know what it
another.
means to
You-
menstruate?
Fine, I don't.
Exactly. So you don't.
Why do you have to
know
come
what,
to my watch
you
to want
don't,
to come
you
and take
don't
it
know
off?
what pains they go through. So I
Do you know
believe
the
that
kind of pain I go through?
with what?
Mentally.
Okay.
And I don't have mental issues too.
Everybody go through
I'm just
mental
saying, yeah,
issue.
that sometimes why some institutions like that make
Yeah.
those decisions is because naturally an employer, especially an employer that is a man, would want to have a male than a female for a position because, especially if the woman is now married, you know, when she gets pregnant, you'd have to give her 3 months
Yes.
maternity leave, and even
Sometimes 6
when she
months.
comes back, her attention might not be fully on the job because she has a child to cater for. So they will prefer, let me have a man that whether or not his wife is pregnant, he still has to come to work. It is until recently that we have something called paternity leave, that they give men 2 weeks
Because
once
we deserve
their
it too.
women give
We
birth.
deserve it too.
Yeah, I'm just
Because
saying.
it's not easy.
We know-
Because that,
we
you know,
know
all that
that
time
if
is us
this-
that carry all
If
the
this
load.
institution now give preference to women and say, even with all these things that you feel would affect your business, still allocate this portion to women because we believe they have what it also takes to deliver.
Now,
Do you
the
think it's
question
wrong?
the question I want to ask is, before I answer that question, the question I want to ask is this. Do you think a woman should do, how do I put it now? I don't want to say strenuous job. I want to say the full-time job together with nursing a child or carrying a baby. Do you think it's fair on a woman to be demanded to give 100% at the place of work while she's still carrying the load or the pressure of a child, right, or the baby in her womb?
I don't think so.
Then that should lead us to a different conversation where that is possible. Now, see, we have to be practical. We have to be very practical. What we need in this world is practical conversation, not emotional one, right? Not emotional one. For me, actually, I don't think it's fair. I don't expect my woman empathy, rather. I don't expect my woman to carry her tummy, jumping the bus, going to work, having to argue with the boss for what? The emotional stress is there. Well then, can we create a world where a woman can be that woman?
Okay.
Right? And she's not intimidated by it. She's not feeling inferior by it. As a matter of fact, she feels strong and happy by that.
So you feel if something like that is created by women, they would fight against it because it makes them feel inferior to the men.
As a matter of fact, that is what I think this whole feminism or gender equality thing is all about. They feel inferior. As a matter of fact, right? Though, if I will be real, right? It's just that a lot of things taken too far. And that's why I said we're not practical. Yeah, there was this past extreme where men dominated and then they treat women just as baby making machines, as slaves, and then there was no empathy there. And then I think that was what led to the wave of feminism where women come to say we must. Now, but I now see that they take it way too far.
What is way too far?
Now, exactly what I'm saying.
I need you to point out.
Now that's what I'm saying, that
What is
where the balance should be is demanding, let us be women, right? And treat us fair, right? Now, if a woman wants to be a minister, acknowledge that, this woman is going to be a minister, and yet she's going to nurse a baby, she's going to do this, right? Create that word for us where we can do that. We can take our leaves, we can take our time off work, and yet, as long as we're productive, we're able to do that, right? Now, allow us to do that. Can we have a word where that is acknowledged?
All
right? Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Let's have a word where that is acknowledged. Not a word where you're trying to prove that, even with this, we can do everything else. And that is why you see many women now come to a point where they are willing, or they even push that tendency that they are ready to sacrifice, their child bringing up or giving birth or whatever
For their career.
They should not be conflicting.
Okay.
There should be things that in the career world or whatever word it is, there's that acknowledgement, there's that acceptability
That they are
right?
women and
That
they should
there
be
are
treated
women
as women.
and they should be treated as women.
Okay.
Right?
Abalara, you want
Okay.
to react to that? All that he has said?
Well, I just want to say, okay, the feminism of it thing.
Yeah.
A lot of misconception is around it.
Okay.
If the feminism is not about being a superwoman, the superior and all of that. It's just to advocate for some things. I think it works because there's something that if people like if there are no feminism at the time, a lot of things won't be put in places by now.
Yeah.
So
Because at the time, women cannot open a bank account without their without their
those were
husband.
wrong.
even
Yeah,
there are
Now,
some
but then
job
you-
that
you-
they will not
you
even
think
they
you
will
guys
not
are
even
now taking
accept
this
you
too far.
to work with them.
It has not become.
So
It has
some
become a
people take
war.
it, yes, some people take it too far, yes, but I mean, but I don't think feminism is about you want to do this, you want to do the other way around. I think it's about being creative.
So what do you think about this conversation of during weddings, I can't kneel down for my husband. If you're saying for Yorubas they'll say Olosi ile oko, they'll say no, it's not ile oko, it's ilewa. Don't say Olosi ile oko. It is ilewa. That is our house, not my husband's house. Because when you see it as my husband's house, then you are saying that the husband has the right to kick me out of his house. But then when it's our house, then he knows that we both own it. You can't. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to that? And also there was a situation where I think it was Kiki that said that said I pay rent. Like my husband is not the only one that pays the rent. We bring money together 50-50 and we'll pay the rent because I want it to be like I also own the house. So it will not be tomorrow you just wake up somewhere and you say, leave my house. When you realize that, this woman too contributes to this house, it sinks.
I think that is where value comes in. Because even if you are not paying rent in the house or doing 50-50, as long as your men know that if you are not in this house, there are some women that if they are not in that house, the house will still be there, but it's not going to function the way it's supposed to. So even when a man comes and be like, even if it's just to talk to your wife, bring ideas and all of that, you know that there's someone adding value to something in the house. So I don't think it's about paying the rent alone. It's about the value that you bring because we have some people. We have them as the men and women. Like, even if you talk to them, maybe you are facing something at your workplace and all of that. They don't have anything they want to contribute. They just be looking you at. It's okay. They just want to spend the money. Same thing for some men. So they just be like, do whatever that works for you. As time goes on, if you are not bringing in value, and it should be like, I don't have anybody in that house. Forget that you pay 50-50. Your money can be returned. And at the end of the day, they will leave the house for you and move away.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not about the
struggle. It's not about the thing. It's not about the money. And the thing that people make everything look like is the money. As long as men make it look as long as I'm bringing the money, you should do this, you should do that. Of course, they are right. But at the same time, even if the woman is not bringing in money, she can bring a lot of things that is more than money. We've seen a lot of men out there that they will come out and be like, their first house. It's because their woman sat them down and be like, man, this is the time for us to start building something. And they'll tell them, do this, do that, and manage with them throughout. And they'll be like, if not, they don't know where they will be today. I mean, that's something. They contribute to it.
No, actually, when you were saying
so
that,
everything is just about money, bringing money,
that came to my head.
Okay.
You said, when I was with you when you were poor, right?
And
when I was poor, what were you doing?
So there are something like that. Even there are some people that when they are poor, you are there with them. What do you do to help them? They have you because you are there. Like they can't ask you to go away because if you go away now, who will I go to?
That's why women don't want to stay with poor men.
Do you get? But if there is something you are doing for them at that particular time, they will not say that. We have some people that their wife are not working, and they don't have problem with it because they know that we have a situation at work, but the moment it's daily, when I talk to my wife, that's why you see some people, they be like, when I get home, I'll talk to my wife about it, I will get back to you. Because they know that their wife is going to contribute something. And that thing is not just a thing alone. It's something that is important. So if you have someone like that with you, do you get, you know that okay, I have someone at home, even if the person is not bringing money, but the value generates a lot of things.
All right. Okay.
More than money, even money itself. I mean, you won't have a problem with it.
All right. That's cool. Now, I know we are pressed for time and we want to round this off, but then we have always, when it comes to gender equality or gender advocacy, it seems we tilt towards the women and girls only. I've heard people that come out to say, why is that when there's an advocacy for gender, what comes to mind immediately is just female, women, girls? Why don't we always have something for boys? Are they not humans? Or do you believe that? Do you think that boys are born with innate knowledge? They know everything just being boys, or they know everything just growing up into men? I know Amos has always brought up that particular notion to say gender advocacy is not just about girls.
It's not about
Let's
girls.
always bring our
It's
boys
because,
into it again.
you know, our father, they believe that if you are coming out to tell people what men are going through, you are weak. So they don't talk about it enough. Do you get?
Yeah.
You know,
women,
they already say that women are weak. Women talk.
Women treat men
like,
who
but
talks
they
about
believe
that
that
as weak men.
persons.
So, but they believe even men themselves, if they come out, and I've seen men calling on radio station that their wife beat them. And someone have that mind to call the radio station and be like, "Paul, what you must saw? Where obìnrin nù ẹ?" Do you know? I'm very sure that man, he won't have that courage to speak out again. After that day.
No, he can only even call on radio because nobody's seeing his face.
So they'll be like, they don't want to. It's not that maybe people don't want to talk about me. I talk about it a lot. In fact, I used to tell people, like, if you have male child, mojuto won. Don't just be like you have to focus on female, the girls alone. Men go through a lot too, we don't see. Even men go through sexual harassment.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
And it's happened, and it's a lot these days, because when you see 16, 17 year, what are you doing with it? All these things have consequences. They don't know. See, the reason why a lot of men have 4, 5, 6 baby mama, 10 baby mama today, it's not because they don't want to be disciplined. It's not because they want it to happen. It's because they lack what they think is not going to bring any bad consequences for them. They lack that thing. Like, I mean, I'm doing big boy. I don't want to. Yes, I don't want to speak out, so people will not see me as weak. They take that as pride, and that pride causes a lot of things.
All right. So, Amos, you are the man now.
Okay.
So let's hear from you. We cannot say it more than a man would say it. You know, they say men also go through issues. Men go through mental issues. You know, was it a research that was done last year, and we were looking at the rate of suicide, and you know, the research showed that more men completed suicide than the woman. Even as much as we thought, life is not fair to the women, they still find a way to live through it. You know, that's on a lighter note though. But I just wanted to chip that in to let you for you to speak on why gender advocacy and gender equality should not just be seen from a position of the female alone. There are certain places where men too want to enter, but because they are men, they are not allowed
now
there.
You're getting my point.
There are certain places where men want to talk, but because they are men, they believe they cannot say anything because they are men. So,
yeah. So, and now we're back to where I've always believed, where my philosophy is, and not just because you're asking it on the men's side, because we are bringing it now to the holistic gender thing. We are a product of the society we have in. The men we have today are a product of how we've built them.
yeah.
The women we have today are a product of how we've built them.
Yeah.
And whether we like to acknowledge it or not, do the statistics, right? Bulk of the population have that wrong philosophy about this gender thing, all right? Now, see, when we talk about gender is male and female, not just male, right? It's not just one part leaving the other. Now, I think it was this semi case thing. I don't want to talk about that earlier, but then it triggered something. it triggered a memory for me in my past, and I read about it on my social media, and you know, I know this is an air, but then I'm trying to coin my words appropriately. When the tale about past
Of
posts
men being
do you
sexually
understand
harassed while they
now
were
when
young.
she was talking about some kids, blah blah
Oh,
blah,
okay.
how she
Yeah.
all that, and it just brought about some memory,
Okay.
right? The way people normalize those tweets tells us where some of the major issue with our society is. Way they normalize it to say, what's there? She's just playing with children in kindergarten. There's nothing.
Mm.
You know that there's nothing. Let it be a man. Make that same post about the female child in kindergarten and watch all hell break loose.
Do you think it's because
Not because she's a celebrity.
No, not because
it's
she's
because it's a woman
I'm
to a
going
male
somewhere.
child.
Do you think it's because women naturally are soft humans? So, for instance, now let me give you an example. I'm not defending her.
Yeah, I'm
just,
not
I'm
even
just saying
attacking her.
that,
I'm
for
just
instance,
using
now,
that scenario.
a woman can kiss a child on the lip. Do you understand? And it's seen as cute. It's seen as
Now that is the
But
issue.
if a man should do that,
Why? That's the point. Now,
I don't do that.
who made that law? Who made that
I don't
permissive?
do a lot of things, and when
Right?
people see
Who made that
they think-
permissive? You know, and you see, is that sorry? Pardon me, please. It's because we've made that permissive. That is why when a man is abused, right, we don't see it as abuse. We joke around it. Many women, right, play with the male genital, and it's as a joke. You want to Martin? Okay, Martin Lee. And it's a joke. But that thing affects the guy. Right? It's a joke. And in fact, it could even be done. You know how bad that is that it could even be done in public. And other people will be there and they'll joke about it.
Laughed off.
Do you understand that? They'll just laugh it off. That's harassment there. Let it be a male child. I mean, a male man or a male gender to a female child. It becomes another case entirely. Right? Now, and you see, those things are some of the things that the men had come to accept as part of the life. But you know, those things are debrises that end up building the kind of men that we have today. Men who see themselves as, who see women as men, people they just sleep with. All right? That's one of the things that I shared my own personal experience on Facebook, right?
Okay.
Now, I experienced something as that when I was young. And you know, some of those things we didn't know it was what it was actually when we were young. You know, this thing where a woman, grown-up woman, will be bathing in front of a guy, a boy, child. Not just even that, oh yeah, kiss me. You still carry the guy. And yes, he's a child though. You carry him, touch him sexually, and he's having erection, and you know this is erection, and you laugh it off, and you still hold him, and you laugh it off. Let it be the other way around. Right? I experienced even more horrible things than that. Now, such that it affected me when I was a child, that I was having weird dreams. Right? Now, you know, all these wet dreams and all of that. A day I just shared it with my mom that I didn't know where this thing, I never saw blue film or anything. Right? But then I had seen more life. Later I told my mom about some of my dreams. More, come and see beating. Come and see beating.
Dreams.
Beating. It was so do you understand?
Yeah.
She reset my brain. Right? Now that was me as a child. After a while, we changed community and that stopped, right? Now we're in a new community, none of that happened again. It was more like an estate kind of thing. And that left. So that memory died off after a while. About 15 years to 16 years after, when we grew up and this woman was to get married, come and see the memory triggered. It became a whole lot of mess in it was a period where my life was messed up. For almost 2 to 3 years, I was messed up. Right? Thank God I got help. Thank God I got, healing and all of those. Now, the question I ask is, how about men who come to the point where I got to some years after and they didn't get help? There are those that became rapists.
Yeah.
Because I was so angry when that happened to me. I was so angry to the point where if I had the opportunity to commit murder, I would have. I'm not even sure if I didn't make attempts. Right? Now, these things are real life situations. These are things that happen. So when we come to a point where we think, is as a matter of fact, okay, now we shout gender equality, and then the only gender we mention, anytime you mention anything, gender vanguard, gender this, gender that, the only gender that matters now is the female gender.
Do you think it's because they are considered weaker vessels?
That is the point I was trying to make earlier. See, most times when we come to these feminism things, the argument comes from a point of an inferiority complex. The way we treat gender equality or this feminism thing, I look at it and I just have more like I just see a pity show. What you are projecting is telling us that these women are inferior. Please have pity on them, have mercy on them. You are not even coming from a position of strength. Because if you are coming from a position of strength, some of what you are demanding are not what you demand. Right? Some of what you're saying are not what you'll be saying.
You don't think demanding for more girls to be in school, education for girls, is
now
not
that's
worth
not.
it?
That is why I'm saying that there's a lot of mixture in this, right? Let all children. These are children. Let all children go to school. Let all of them go to school. The boy child, let them go to school. Because the two gender is just like Saido say okra to bring the akoshemani. There's this innate desire, there's this innate interwoven between them. You can't raise a male child and abandon the female child. You can't raise a female child and abandon the male child. At the end of the day, whatever it is you've done, it's just like Yoruba used to say that. It's just like you're building with your hands and then you're destroying it with your legs. You can't build one and leave the other. At the end of the day, whatever effort you've put on the other will become a waste because you can't control people's emotions. Do whatever you want to do to tomorrow. I said it somewhere, and then now, I'm not against the LGBTQ, well, whatever. But let me tell you sincerely, LGBTQ will still not, right? In fact, they are minority in the world, right? The percentage of people who are LGBTQ are less than 10%, so they are not actually, well, whatever. So they are not enough sample for us to decide the fate of the whole world. So we shouldn't use that. The male child will always grow up to have affinity for the female child. It's now left to you to tell us. So when I'm growing my child, right? In fact, we had this conversation with some of my friends. I say, see, I'm already looking at who or where my child is going to marry from. Because we cannot argue, we cannot joke around that. If I'm building my own child, I'm building my female child. Are you building your male child? If I'm building my male child, are you building your female child? Because if I don't, I'm only focused on building the female child. Don't worry, when you are done building,
you go and marry that.
Go and marry that one that you didn't build.
Yeah.
And all what you've built will be destroyed by the one you didn't build.
Yeah.
So she understand. So that's just my own view to it. So it needs to be balanced. It needs to be well taken care of. And we must be intentional about it.
Thank you so much, Amos. And I love the fact that now a lot of people are no longer taking it as a joke or a laughing issue when men come out to share their experiences, just like a woman shares her own. Because, you know, when a woman comes out to share an experience, you see a lot of emotion, rush of emotions.
Yeah.
People tend to, some angry, some sad for the person. But when a man shares equal experience, it's more like
no.
Yeah, man.
Now.
Take it.
I think
you know, Igbadun ni fun now.
Now that kind of thing. Yeah. But then it's not always Igbadun. If I don't want to have intimacy with you, I don't want to. Do you understand? Whatever it is you think you have, it's not all men that is drawn by that. If I want to, I make the decision. It should be consensual. If it's not consensual, then it's not. Forget it. I don't enjoy it.
Like women that drug, men to have sex with them.
It's
If it's the other way around, if a man,
you
The
get
same
it.
thing.
you know,
That's sexual
it's
harassment.
yeah.
You
It
get,
said
but when he's a
sexual
guy, you
violence.
say, he's a bad one. What's a bad one there?
So bad one way.
It's not my choice, then it's not a bad one. As long as it's not my choice, it's not a bad one.
All right. So
Yeah.
you have anything to say before we wrap up?
Yes. You know, when you mentioned that men commit suicide, like I think highest
Yeah.
people that commit suicide, I think it's because men already drawn the I must
The
pay the
pressure,
bill. The
yeah.
pressure is on the men, and
It is.
see, it's okay. Men
And
and it's
feminism
because
is not helping. This version of
you
feminism.
know it's because the way men have seen themselves, because we have all these things. Yes, it's important, but your life is important too. I'm saying this. I've seen some older people, like I remember some years back we were living in an environment that you see that the men, what the men is doing at that moment, you know that's not what they are using to send this person to university. They up themselves. But now everybody's claiming I must to provide before my wife will listen to me. So that alone put a lot of pressure because you know that you are going home, you are not going home with money is a problem. If the money is not enough, is a problem. So the pressure is, see, don't man should not allow anybody to say that you are weak. I'm weak. You know, there is no way around it. The mental health is important. Because after you die, what's next?
I agree with you. Like Omalara said, your mental health is very important. Men, calm down.
I mean,
No,
see,
take care of yourself.
if you want to cry.
In fact,
Maybe you don't cry in public, but outside.
Let me say this. That pardon me, please. You see, the way we go about this gender equality, feminism thing, and all of that, I mentioned it earlier subtly that we've make it a war. You know, that was what ended up giving birth to this alpha male, what's it called, Andrew Tate and their likes of them, because they see feminism and all gender equality thing as an affront and as an attack on the male gender, whereas this is supposed to be a balanced thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's supposed to be a balanced thing. And what you have at the end of the day is you see men now fighting back, right? And yeah, to some extent, nothing is everly bad or totally good, right? It has come to the point where men are now coming up. Maybe because because men have always accepted the pressure. You know, the way the society was built before was to say you are a man. Normally, when you're raising a child, if a child is crying, what do you do? Then that girl crying here now. When he's a girl child, you better come on, my baby.
Go and pet your sister.
Right now, you even tell the guy, go and pet your sister. That's how we tend to raise them.
Yeah.
Right now, so that's what, as it were, had created that polar, right, line of difference. Now, when we now want to come to say, okay, let's women, it's just more like, I don't want to use that analogy. Okay, let me not use so that it will not be misquoted. Right? Is that when we are trying to now solve this problem of women not being given fair opportunity when they want to or when they need to, okay, we should not now do it to say we need to destroy the men who had been there for us to get opportunity to get there. No, you don't have to do that, right? You should look at bringing a win-win situation. How can we coexist? Where you'll be at work. A man should, naturally, the natural order, you see, we should have empathy for each other. I should be able to be at work. I should be able to confident that when my wife is going to work somewhere, she's confident and she's feel at home there. There should be men there that will be able to help her when she needs that help, when she needs that male help, right? And there should also be, I should also be somewhere where I know my wife is confident that, there are other females that will be able to help me on the moral and fair point of note. Not where...
Moral and fear, moral and fear. Yes, let's put it out there.
Actually, I needed to mention that, right, on a moral and fair point of note. Not me having to worry that, my wife is out there and then because she's a boss, there are men who are there trying to bring her down because she's a woman, right? Or I'm at work and then I'm scared that there are women here who are trying to, deal with me because he's a guy, right? I don't like a male boss. No, we shouldn't have that kind of situation. We should have a way where we can coexist. Like I was trying to mention, in my own place of work, my organization, right, I'm looking at that way. As we grow, it's actually part of our philosophy. As we grow, right? If you're a woman, you're getting married. we come to a point where we acknowledge you. If others are closing 6 o'clock, right, I would give that room its part. Women can
We'll have
close
to
4.
close earlier.
Close earlier. Now,
Oh.
when you're a mother, I know there must be other special treatment.
So what about
right?
what happens to the pay? Do they get the same pay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because you're building whatever it is you're doing, you're building the community, you're building the
Okay.
world. We are coming back to meet it.
Mm.
That's one thing we should know. We are coming back to meet it. If I allow you to build this world in a better way for me, I'm not doing you a favor. I'm doing myself a favor.
Mm.
If I allow you to raise your children, because let's know this about ourselves, right? A man, yes, can try, but the way a man will raise a child, it's not really the way a woman will raise a child.
Yeah.
Mm.
This conversation is long.
Yeah, it's deep.
The way we are
It's very
built
wide.
is different.
Yeah.
Our affections differ. Our natural affinity differ. We must acknowledge it, allow it to grow, allow it to manifest, or else we have a world in disorder.
Mm.
And that's what we have right now.
Yeah. Like two boss at the same
You understand that?
time.
The head and the
Yeah.
heart have different roles and function. Let the heart be the heart.
Mm.
Let it pump blood. Let it just do. Let the head be the head. Let it brainstorm, do whatever that things, pass instructions. Let it be. It doesn't mean that the head is more important. I go back to the beginning. Not the head is more important than the heart. And if you think it is, then take away the heart and see if the head will still function.
It's just for order.
Is all that. That's the key word. The word we must always keep note of is order.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amos.
You're welcome.
Adejusubisi. It's been a fantastic conversation
Thank
with
you
you
so
on the
much.
show.
Yeah,
You've been
same
able
here.
to share a lot of insight, and I'm sure quite a number of people would resonate with you on your different, takes. And of course, not forgetting the Black beautiful Omolara, Aisha, Adebisi. Why is that?
Olabisi.
Olabisi. Why is that people have bisi?
You know.
All right, that was a fantastic conversation
thank
with
you.
you, I should say. And just like both of you have been able to establish on the show, that no one person is more important than the other. If we want a world that is based on gender equality, if we want a world that is based on both genders playing their roles as they should, then we should be able to give. I love the fact that this year's theme, the general theme for, not the UN theme, not the general theme for the International Women's Day, rather, is give to gain. What are we ready to give so that as a community, so that we can gain in the future? You get? So I believe that as a society, we should be able to give some things. We should be able to let go of some culture. We should be able to compromise.
Yeah.
And it's not just a one-way thing. Both parties, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you should be able to, bring in some form of compromise in your relationship with each other so that we can have a better system, we can have a better world, and everybody will be happy. I mean, it does not take a lot for everyone to coexist and be happy.
And do their thing.
But it's just that as humans, we just love drama.
We love
We
Yeah.
must bring drama
Actually,
to
that's the
You
everything.
can't
beauty
live
of
without
the way.
drama.
All right, people.
Thank you so much.
It's March. It's still a month dedicated to women, by the way. Sorry, Amos. It is what it is. And
No, we don't fight it.
we hope that anywhere and everywhere you are, you get to celebrate a woman in your life, whoever that person is. Try to reach out to that person, celebrate them, buy them a gift. I tell you, it's not easy being a woman, and it's not easy being a man though. But then we're celebrating women, so it's not easy being a woman. Let's go all out to celebrate all the women in our lives this month of March. My name is Evelyn Ohiole. Catch you on another episode of Flux360. Remember to subscribe to this channel, drop a comment, like, and share to your contacts. Till I come your way again, have yourself a good time. Bye-bye.